Good morning, Spark friends. Happy Wednesday. I hope y'all are ready for another super fun Spark story because I have one for us today. This is a story called Madeline, and this is actually a series of stories about a little girl who lived in a place called Paris. This is Madeline. Now, Madeline went to a boarding school when she was about your age. Now, a boarding school is kind of like sleepover school. You learn during the day, but then you spend the night. And she gets into some really fun adventures while she's at boarding school. And this back here, this pretty little house, is actually her school. And this is Madeline. Okay, Madeline lives in the country of France. And this is the French flag right here. So we're going all the way to France, to the city of Paris. This is the Eiffel Tower, without even leaving my office. So this should be super fun. Another thing that's fun about this story is that it's a rhyming story. So when you know you're learning to read and you're trying to decode the words or sound out the words, rhyming books are really fun because it makes reading easier when the words rhyme. Also, it helps us build something called fluency. Now, that's a teacher word, and it just means that you're not necessarily reading fast, but you're reading at a steady pace so that the words become a story rather than just these little individual words. Okay, so Madeline is our main character today. This is her right here with the red hair. And this is her class, and this is her teacher, Miss Clavel. Okay, let's see what kind of fun adventure she's going to get into today. And y'all can probably read along with me if you'd like to. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines, lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines, they broke their bread. There they are, having supper together. They brushed their teeth, 12 little sinks, and went to bed. They smiled at the good, and they frowned at the bad. See, that guy's stealing somebody's purse. That is not good, friends. And sometimes they were very sad. I think they're sad because that man broke his leg. They left the house at 9:30 in 2 straight lines, in rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She's our heroine. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. And to the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, pooh-pooh. That's kind of another way of saying, I'm not worried about you, tiger. And nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavel. Do y'all see what she's doing there? She's walking on the railing of a bridge. Now that would scare me too. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavel turned on the light and she said, something is not right. Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried. Her eyes were red. And soon after Dr. Cone came, he rushed to the phone. He dialed Danton 106. That's kind of a funny phone number, isn't it? But I guess that's what they sound like in France. Nurse, he said, it's an appendix. Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Madeline in his arm, in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. That looks like an ambulance. Madeline woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. Madeline soon ate and drank. On her bed there was a crank, and a crack on the ceiling had a habit of sometimes looking like a rabbit. And check it out, friends. It does look like a rabbit. I guess that's one way to keep yourself occupied in a hospital. Outside were birds and trees and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. One nice morning, Miss Clavel said, isn't this a fine day to visit Madeline. So it looks like they all get on the city bus and they go to the hospital, but first they stop by and get some flowers for Madeline. That is so sweet. Visitors from 2 to 4 read the sign outside her door, tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. In they walked and then said, "Aw," when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa. You know, friends, Madeline is making being sick look like fun. But the biggest surprise by far, on her stomach was a scar. "Goodbye," they said, "we'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. Then they woke and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavell turned on the light and said, "Something is not right." Oh no, friends, not again. And afraid of a disaster, Miss Clavell ran fast and faster. And she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out too." "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to sleep," said Miss Clavell. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that's all there is. There isn't any more. The end. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this story. Madeline is a series of books that you can find at your school library at Wiley, or if they don't have them there, they have all of the Madeline books at the Rusk County Library downtown. And remember, friends, library cards are free, and you get to check them out for 2 weeks. And, friends, you can check out as many as 20 books at a time. So I hope you will visit the Rusk County Library and check out books, as many as you'd like, and I will see you back here next week for another very exciting Spark story, and who knows where we're going to go. So, friends, I will see you back next week.